Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn love reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do resonate. If it does not, leave the parts that do not resonate, as those may be meant for someone else. All right, so we're going to get, as an overall energy, we're going to get the angel answer cards for an overall energy, and then we're going to get the Green Witch Tarot to look at what you may possibly be struggling with, what you need to look at, and what may possibly be coming in for you. All right, so I'm feeling like this one. So we have no. We have no, and then I kind of felt like this next one, a year from now. All right, so those are kind of the two that just I felt really wanted to pop out. So we have no, exclamation mark. I think there's a no that's just on itself, and then we have the no with the exclamation mark. So this is a strong no. And then we have a year from now. So it could be that maybe it's not happening now, but a year from now things will be different and things will happen a year from now, whatever that may represent for you. Also, if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, please feel free to hit the show more button below the video, and that will bring a drop down and will give you a link to the cards that I'm using. All right, so what you may possibly be struggling with, okay, we're talking about relationships. We have the Lady and the Lord, so it could be a Gemini, or it could be a relationship. That's the Lover's card. What you need to look at is Eight of Swords. Are you holding yourself back? Are you putting up walls around you? Are you shutting down? Are you closing things off? Future energies, I love at 10 of Pentacles, so everything will be okay, right? That connection will come back. We have 7 of Cups, so I like how she's kind of sitting there and she's thinking, and she has her little Siddhi, which are her little fairies that are helping her. They're doing her hair. She's got the butterfly here, so I feel like that represents transformation. And she's just thinking about what to do, right? Being more aware of her surroundings and being more like, I feel like conscious about, am I holding myself back? If I'm holding myself back, why am I doing that? Am I preventing myself from reaching that 10 of Pentacles? Am I struggling with a relationship? Is this a current relationship, or is this a past relationship that you're struggling with? All right, so I'm kind of feeling Alice in Wonderland cards. I just kind of go with whatever I'm feeling. I have all of my cards stacked up here, so whichever ones seem to draw my attention, those are the ones that I go to. All right, so we have Alice in Wonderland cards. Capricorn. All right. 7 of Swords. Do you feel like someone is being sneaky within the relationship, or are you not being true with your feelings that you have about the relationship? Because I feel like, because 7 of Swords is deception, right? Like he's trying to sneak away. He's leaving the camp and he's got the swords and he's looking over his shoulder and he's looking back as he's trying to sneak away. He's trying to get away with something. So do you feel that it has to do with your partner, or do you feel that it has to do with you? Because sometimes, when our partner asks us, are you fine? And you're like, nope, I'm okay. But really, you're not okay. Really, there is something on your mind that you're really not being truthful with what it is that you're feeling. Like there is something bothering you, but you're just not going to say it. If you need time to work that through and then you come back and then you're able to discuss that, that's a good thing. That's okay. But then if you hold on to that and that frustration starts to build and build and build, and that becomes a problem, well, then that becomes a problem. We have the Strength, holding back. I almost feel like with this, I feel like with her holding on to the deer, and she's kind of scared, and she's like holding back, right? Not really sure. I feel like not having that strength, because this is what you're struggling with. You're struggling with deception. You're struggling with strength. That could be Leo. We have 7 of Wands. Maybe you feel like everything's coming at you, right? All of these wands are coming right down at her, and the cards are flying all around, and she's standing on top of the table, and she's trying to get above. Sometimes we feel like we're just treading in water, just trying to keep our head above water, like we're not getting anywhere, like we're doing all of these actions and we're doing all of these things, but we're like, I'm just barely able to keep my head above water. I feel like you have a lot going on. I feel like you have a lot coming at you. I feel like maybe are you feeling like your partner is attacking you? Maybe you feel like is your partner putting pressure on you? Right? Is your partner putting pressure on you that maybe they want to advance the relationship, or they're putting pressure on you to, like, maybe you're to move or to do something that you're like, I really don't want to do that, but you're feeling like, well, I'm in a relationship, and maybe you're not feeling like there's compromise going on within the relationship, and that makes you shut down, that makes you close things off. And then we have the Death card. So I feel like it's, what is it that you have to deal with? Are you not expressing yourself? Are you not saying how you're feeling? Are you not voicing your opinion? Are you just kind of accepting what it is the other person has to say, and you're going along with it, but in your heart you're really not feeling positive with it? Is it something that you feel your partner is doing, and you've got something on your mind and you're not really, because if you have something that's going on with your partner and it's bothering you, then you feel like everything else is magnified around you, that everything else is harder to do, going to your job, dealing with the kids, dealing with family, taking care of the house, whatever those other things are, they become like they're magnified, because you're kind of focusing on what it is that you have going on with your partner, and you're kind of focusing on that, but everything else becomes heavy. Is that something that you need to look at, that you have to deal with? We have Six of Cups. I almost feel like it's struggling with that friendship, struggling with fun, struggling with feeling positive, because you're not feeling that connection. You're not having that fun with that partner. You're not feeling like maybe this is a successful relationship. You're just really questioning a lot of things here. We have the King of Swords, and I love this King of Swords because it's Humpty Dumpty sitting on the wall, and he has his book, and he has his sword, and he's got his legs crossed, and he's just kind of thinking about things, right? And that's what King of Swords is somebody who thinks. He's a thinker. And I feel like for this future energy, you have to think about, what is my Ten of Pentacles? Is it with this person or without this person? Is it working on this relationship, or is it walking away from this relationship? Is it me coming out of my shell? Is it me expressing myself? Is it me communicating better with my partner? What is this Ten of Pentacles? What does that look like for me? And I feel like with this Two of Wands, it's like, okay, if I don't make this changes, this is what it's going to be. If I do make changes, this is what it's going to be, right? And kind of looking at both sides of, okay, what am I going to do here? We have the Lovers yet again, and then we have the Queen where she's pointing for them to go away, and then Alice is standing here, no. She's putting her hands back. He's standing there with a tray of treats, and they're kind of saying go away. So I feel like, again, it's looking at that relationship. Do I stay, as in sitting on the wall and working this through, or looking at, do I go, as she's pointing away? Do I go from this relationship, right? What is it that I do? Kind of figuring that out. What does your Ten of Cups mean to you? And you have to figure that out first. We have the Page of Wands, and he's kind of standing there, and he's kind of thinking about things. He's got his little finger on his mouth there, and he's not really moving. So he's like, what's my next move going to be? And again, she has her hand on her chin. What's my next move going to be? Right? Where am I going to go from here? What am I going to do? What are the things that I can change within myself? What do I need to communicate to my partner? What is it that I want to have happen? Maybe you're feeling like a no. Maybe your partner is asking you something, and you're like, no, I'm not ready right now, but you're not expressing that. But then maybe it's like, okay, let's revisit this a year from now. Thinking about it, right? Four of Swords. Think about it. Take some time to yourself to think about how you feel. Where do you want to go? What do you want to have happen? What does this relationship mean for you? Where do you see this? How do you see this relationship growing? Is it marriage? Is it having children? Is it, that long-term relationship? You have to figure that out first before you can move forward. Again, we have the Lovers. So we have the Lovers 3 times. So this could be a Gemini. But it also is that Lovers, definitely struggling with a relationship, right? That connection that you have, that soulmate connection. That's two people becoming one, working things out. Look at this. And then we have the Ace of Cups. Again, that relationship, I feel like it's something that's going to take time, because with this card we have the moon and the moon phases, so I feel like that represents time. I also feel like with the eye, it's about seeing things clearly about what it is that you want within the relationship. And then we have the cup that is overflowing with emotions and feelings, right? Sometimes we have a lot of emotions and feelings and we really don't know what we want, because one day we want this, the next day we want that, we don't know, we're all over the place. But then I feel like it's that grounding energy that kind of, okay, I'm all over the place, it's just going to take me some time to figure out what it is that I want. Is it that friendship, getting that friendship back within the relationship, right? Having that connection. Is that what you're missing within the relationship, is the friendship? Right? Because that's important. I feel like you're missing something. I feel like you're missing something in the relationship, and that's why you have the Eight of Swords. You're missing something. What is it that you're missing, so that can help you to turn around, to focus on this Two of Cups here and this beautiful pear tree with all the golden pears on it? I feel like there's something that's missing within your relationship that you have to figure out what that is, so that you can turn this around. We have the Death card, which is that transformation and that change, letting go of something. Is there something that you're holding on to that you need to let go of, that you need to move on from? And I also feel like this Nine of Cups here is that communication, reaching out. Do you need to extend the olive branch? Once you've gone through all of this process, figuring out what you're going through and what you want, then reaching out and communicating to your partner and about what it is that you want. I feel like this is definitely an exhausting process for you. Maybe it takes you a year to figure all this out, right? Maybe this takes you a whole year of you trying to figure out what it is that you want, where it is that you want to go, that it's the process that you're going through that's definitely tiring. But I feel like your answers, and you will reach your 10 of Pentacles. I don't see any tower. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor, which is Aries. I don't see a tower, and I don't see an Eight of Cups, so I don't see the energy of walking away, but you have to do what's right for you. I feel like this is kind of working out the relationship within yourself, and then with the Emperor, it's about setting that plan, kind of figuring things out. So I feel like you'll find your answers, but it's like you have to go through this process first to figure out what it is that you want to do, where you want to go. And especially with these cards here with their hands on their chin, it's thinking, thoughts, processes, making sure that you express yourself and you communicate well with your partner, that you don't leave them out of the loop, because that could create more problems, and being careful with that. Communication is very important within a relationship, because if you don't communicate well, then the person who is on the other side, they start to think of all sorts of things, and it could go to a negative place, and that could create more problems. As in, if their partner was going through all of these things, you would want to know what's going on, so that you don't make assumptions about what they're doing and how they're feeling, because you don't want to make the wrong assumption, because that can create a lot of problems. All right, so we have Koala Spirit. Spirit has a plan, right? I feel like this plan, I feel like this one too. So we have Vulture Spirit, nothing is wasted. So not thinking that, even though like this is going to take some time for you to work through, don't feel as is wasted, because I feel like it's personal growth within yourself. I feel like you need to grow within this relationship, that you need to kind of find your independence and find your direction and find your voice in this relationship. And that's the process that you're going through here. But I do feel that it brings your relationship closer together, especially with the 3 Lovers cards. And maybe that's what your partner is even waiting for, is for you to communicate more, for you to come out of your shell, for you to be a little more independent and stronger and voice your opinions and your feelings. You know, for you to be strong within your own skin, right? Within your own self. Because that's what a relationship is wanting to grow together, but also individually, and to support your partner when they're going through one of those growth phases, when they're going through those changes that, you know, you say, hey, I'm here for you. Like if you need to talk, if you need to work through things, you know, I'm here to listen. Or if you need some support or suggestions, I'm here for you. Whatever it is that you need to support that partner as they're going through these things. And that's why communication is so important, so that your partner can understand what it is that you're going through and what it is that you're feeling and where those areas are that maybe you didn't need help in those areas before, but now you do. And that's okay, because that changes, and then sometime in the future, maybe your partner needs some support and your partner needs help, and so that you can be there for them. And to, with these 3 lovers card, to find that connection within each other. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.